that because you're married to the best person in the whole wide world, that you won't have conflict. In marriage, conflict is inevitable. In fact, it's the conflicts that make the marriage stronger. So when you're having conflict with your spouse, do not fret. It's a normal part or a normal process of the marriage. So it's part of it. Conflicts are inevitable. They are part of the marriage. The second thing it has taught me that is that you cannot change your spouse. If you are coming into marriage hoping that when you come into the marriage you will change your spouse, you may be disappointed because your spouse may not be easy to change. Like, they are coming in with that thing they have, what they have grown up with, what they have is part of them. It's very difficult for you to change them. So if you're coming into marriage hoping that you will change your spouse, you may be totally disappointed. So it has taught me that marriage is something that you shouldn't hope on changing your spouse. You should just you should just focus on building your family and making do with that character you have seen in your spouse. Just a little bit of polishing here and there, and it's just might be okay. Another thing it has taught me is that most of the time, your spouse isn't your enemy. We come into marriage most times thinking that our spouse is the enemy. You see, most people they come in with this mindset that if my spouse does this, this is what I'm going to do to the person. If he does this, this is what I'm going to do to the person. No, your spouse is not your enemy. If he's your enemy, you wouldn't have allowed or been, you wouldn't have want to get married to him or her in the first place. They are not your enemy. The devil is the enemy. And when you resist him, he will flee from you. So resist the devil in your marriage and he will flee from you. Another one is that marriage exposes your flaws. Like, there are things that you wouldn't want anybody to know about you. But marriage exposes that thing. Like, it makes you open in the limelight. Like, your spouse knows everything about you, knows that your weakness, maybe that knows your weakness, knows your vulnerability, knows everything about it. It exposes you to so many things. It exposes that those weaknesses you have. That's why when in choosing a spouse, you should go for somebody that even in your weakness, he still loves you. Even in your weakness, he's striving to make you a better person. So marriage exposes your weakness, those things that maybe outside you are seen as somebody that is very prayerful, you are seen as somebody that is very resistant. Marriage will expose you to make everything bare, to make it open. Now, another thing it does is that another thing I've noticed or I've witnessed in my some years of marriage is that love doesn't, most times it's commitment that keeps the marriage. It's not even love. Now, the love is the commitment now is what keeps your marriage. Not most times the love may fade. The more love may become sour, the love may not be as it is in the first place. Now it's a commitment that you have with for each other that actually keeps the marriage, not even the love. Because there are times when the love runs out of the window, at times when things are not moving fine, or you find yourself in a situation where your spouse does things not that are not befitting or that are not even good. It's a commitment you have to that marriage that keeps it running, not even the love you have for the person, because at times the love fades, but your commitment to that person is what keeps the love or what keeps the marriage going. So what has marriage taught you?